Hi everyone, it happened again. I filmed something for 17 minutes long and I have to verify my account in order to upload it. I have done YouTube for years now, not this channel, but I am not putting my details on YouTube, not the way YouTube is going right now. So anyway, here I am again. So BTS bracelets, I told you I was going to get back to you on that. And so now we have two based on the charms that I obtained, which isn't quite, it is the closest to the ideal charm, but the charm is not purpose built. So the approximation to my ideal, as I pursue that, I ended up with several options. So for example, this was not part of the plan, that's butterfly. But when I spotted that, and this is during the December various deals, I thought of that beautiful song Butterfly, and I'm going to link that song down below as well. I've linked it in my other video, which I'll link up here and at the end of this video. And then the clip here is cherry blossom, so that represents spring day. And because I wanted to make the bracelet work with the snake chain bracelet, I know I need a clip because they have clip stations and I can't use those smooth ones because charms keep slipping off because I bought one at one of those deals, half price bangle deal, and I had to return it. I had to swap it with something else. And so the fact that I need the snake bracelet, snake chain bracelet threaded means that clip station is going to be part of it. And that means I need clips. And so I went looking for clips that can represent something about BTS as well, instead of clips that are fillers. Unfortunately, that doesn't always work out. So in this case here, you could see this is a filler charm or filler clip because that's just a clip. It doesn't represent anything. And these two, originally, I put one charm per section, and this dangle charm was in a different section. So there's 3 sections after you put the 2 clips on. This section here, this section here, and the last section at the end. You know what I mean, right? So this one here. However, the weight distribution was so tricky, and I realized that this is really chunky, and these two are open work and dangle, so they're a bit more delicate, not as weighty. You also have to consider the clasp and the clip, you know, the 3 stationary silver elements in the whole arrangement, and how each of the moving charms would go one way or another, combining with the weight of the ones that are stationary, pull the bracelet one way or another, in either a good way or a bad way. So when I spread all the charms around, 1 charm per segment, and because the charm isn't the same weight, it actually looked very bad. It actually sort of pulled together one side and it just looked pretty messy. This is looking much better. So this is the solo album, solo projects BTS 2022, where they announced that they're going to take a break in group promotions. And we also suspected that this has something to do with military enlistment. And of course, after soon after announcing that they are focusing on individual albums, military enlistment was announced, and then the first member, the oldest member, enlisted soon after that, and not before he released The Astronaut. And so the members are represented online with various iconographies. So there's the emoticons on Twitter, there's the BT21 characters, there's the what else? There's another way that they're represented. So what I'm saying is that in this instant, because it was such a emotionally loaded news, it made a lot of international news, which is quite fascinating to watch. People, I mean, the fandom started, you know, calling him the astronaut. Like he talked about his other single, I think. I'm pretty new to BTS, so my knowledge is pretty limited. I'm still growing, I'm still learning. I think he has a song called The Moon, and he talked about how he's like the moon and ARMY, or the fandom is like the Earth, and how he orbited around the planet Earth, and how his sense of self is formed through his relationship with the fandom. And so the astronaut is, again, that forever traveling outside of the universe, or outside of the world and floating and discovering things. And so without getting too much into it, very quickly within that month or two, he became the astronaut, and he didn't issue an album like the other two, but there is this song, The Astronaut, penned by Chris Martin of Coldplay. Very enjoyable. I'll link that music video down below. This will be replaced by a literal Pandora's box, like a club charm, a literal small box, plain cube that you can open up with a little diamond inside and a heart, a club charm. The first club charm from 2014, I believe. This is a year after BTS debut in 2013, which ideally it would have been great if it's 2013, so I could use it as a symbol as well. But so a viewer, I think Grandma Gaga, correct me if I'm wrong, thank you for your suggestion. It's so brilliant. I quickly found one on eBay. I think it's in Australia. Hopefully it's on my way to me now, so I will replace this with that. This still reminds me of J-Hope because he is completely outside of the box. His album is called Jack in the Box, and one of the song is called Pandora's Box, and the whole album started off with a narration of how Pandora opened this box and everything that is evil came out, and there's only one thing left in the box, and it's hope. Hobie, his stage name is J-Hope, and he did say that stage name become him. He wanted J, I think is his family name, Jong. Again, I don't know how to pronounce Korean names properly. I do apologize. And Hosok is his name. People fondly, the fandom fondly call him as Hobie. I think his friends call him Hobie as well. He's very much outside of the box. His album Jack in the Box is a combination of old-fashioned hip-hop, boom bop, new metal, alternative rock. It's rap. It's all mixed into one, completely outside of the box. He was a dancer, but who ended up learning how to rap. And when he rapped not like he sing, but it is like he sing, but not. It's just such a unique way of rapping. And I'm not expert in rapping, but I do appreciate rap. I used to be a fan of Missy Elliott and sadly Kanye West before he turned into whatever he is now. So that will be replaced, but I still feel that represent him very well because there is no box here. But you can see by the negative space that there is a box, but in reality there isn't a box here at all. And that reminds me very much of his album Jack in the Box, because people can't wrap their head around the fact that it's not K-pop, and he grew up in BTS and BTS grew up in the K-pop industry, but Jack in the Box is nothing pop about it. And so I just this whole thing reminds me of, is there a box? This is a ribbon, or is this a box, or what is this? Is this a charm? Is this a bead? You know what I mean? So this one here, I don't really like the design, but this captured and encapsulate perfectly RM's Indigo, which is his first official solo album, although he had 2 solo mixtapes in the past at the very least. Again, I'm still learning. One is called Mono, the other one is called RM, I think. But it's a mixtape, so there's a lot of sampling tracks there that's not cleared legally, so he can't, I don't think he can sell it commercially, but it is now available in iTunes, so I remember I just bought it. The older albums, I mean. But this is album officially called Indigo, and you could see this indigo blue over here. And the second sort of chapter on BTS, after they say that they are taking a break as a group, taking a break from group promotions to focus on solo albums. We all suspect that this is something to do with military service, which will take 18 months to 2 years. And of course it did, because soon after that, J-Hope launched his solo project, Lollapalooza performance, solo performance in various Korean awards. He was in New York Rock and Eve recently, and his album launched. And then RM came out with Indigo. The second chapter, they keep saying, is yet to come. And of course, yet to come is taken from the saying, the best is yet to come, and there it is. And that's Blue Indigo, so the album's called Indigo. And that I thought was a flower. It reminds me of Edelweiss, but according to Pandora, this is actually a firework. And so RM's title track for the album Indigo, of course, is called Wildflower, which was going to be called Flowerworks. I think the traditional Korean word for fireworks is fire flower. Is that right? And so the album was going to be called, or the song was going to be called Flowerworks, but they're afraid that it might be lost in translation, so they stick to Wildflower. I don't know what a title track is, but from what I gather, I think it's basically the song which leads the promotion of the whole album, I think. I'm not sure. So that perfect encapsulated everything about that album that I just couldn't not get it. But the design itself actually isn't really for me. So I'm a bit conflicted about this. And last but not least, of course, the astronaut originally was a dangle charm like that with the helmet. The face is also this blue, this indigo blue here with that enamel, but it's tiny. And I think you've seen it in one of my older videos, so I'll post it up there. And as a new person to Pandora, I didn't realize this existed. And as soon as I realized this existed, I ditched that for this. So now, this is weightier, this is chunkier, and aesthetically is a little bit more clean cut, a little bit more solid compared to the filigree, sort of stoned look of this one here. It's sparkly, it's light. And so initially, I had placed one charm on each of this segment. And as you can see, because I have decided that I must have the threading here for the snake chain bracelets, it means having 2 clip stations that you have to put clips on, apparently, according to a lot of vloggers that I watched, who advised that you do that, because otherwise it can ruin the charms, it can ruin the station itself. And so it means that now I have filler charms on top of the clasp itself. I have these 2 clips that has nothing to do with whatever charms I am putting around the bracelet. So I'm having a bit of mixed feelings about that, but also in terms of weight distribution, it makes things tricky, because then the charm can gather on this side or it can gather on this side, and the other charm from the other segment can all gather here, making this like a 3 charm weight, pulling the bracelet all the way down there. So I have 3 more minutes to go. So this is another one here. Is the song here. So this wasn't planned, but when I saw that and I saw that, I can't help but think of Spring Day and Butterfly. Again, those songs I'll put down below if you want to listen to it. And so I've decided to open up another bracelet arrangement and put the heart that I was going to put here with the representation of the solo albums over in this one. And I've decided that this is going to be a members bracelet, or this is going to be a song bracelet, and I'm going to open up another bracelet for members. And so the choices now is between this snake chain bracelet or bangles. And I have been having trouble with the snake chain in terms of weight distributions, because I have to calculate the clips, which is supposed to spread the weight more evenly around the bracelet, which it does. But at the moment, I am not too sure how successful I have been with regards to distributing sparsely arranged charm like this, because I don't like to stack or to pack my charm bracelet. I like them stacked instead of packed, if that makes sense. And that means having to really distribute the weight carefully, because otherwise I was told it could ruin the bracelet. So at the moment though, by moving the lighter charms together, it seems to have worked so far. And this one here, I think I need to put another clip here. I don't think I have a choice. But I really am trying to avoid a filler charm, but I don't think I can avoid it at this point. So for now, this is my BTS bracelet. Another one is coming. I may try them in 3 bangles, I don't know. But for the moment, it seems to have worked okay. And yeah, that it's probably not as bad as I thought, that I could probably live with snake chain bracelet like this, but I'm probably going to be cautious and not add too much of the snake chain bracelet to my collection. So that's that, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.